All right. Good Monday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Joseph Peterson. Let's go on and talk about the weather for your Monday evening going into your future. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Monday. And let's go on and, like I said, talk about the weather here. But before we get into the weather, I first off just want to say if you have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. Right now, 4 people have tuned in and 4 likes. So it seems like everyone has hit the like button so far. But if you have not hit it yet, make sure that you go on and do so. And also, if you are new and you've never hit the subscribe button before, go and hit the subscribe button. It's free. Change your mind at any time. And then also share with all the people that you know. Share it with your friends, family members, acquaintances, somebody that you were at the hardware store with at a certain point in time and you met them behind you in line. You can go on and give them the link. Go on and give them the link to it. So you can go on and get their weather as well. Because over here, obviously sharing is caring. Sharing the weather out definitely would be a caring thing to do. But that's all in terms of that. What's going on in terms of what we are going to talk about tonight? Currently, we're obviously going to talk about what's going to happen currently. We also will talk about what's going to happen in terms of our weather for tonight. We'll also talk about tomorrow's weather, and we'll talk about the short term, the long term future. Other things that we will talk about. We will continue to talk about our white Christmas chances. You can see it on the screen right now. Is there going to be a white Christmas? Is there going to be a white Christmas? That's the thing that we're looking at right now. And we will answer that question. We will answer that question. Make sure that you also go in and vote inside the poll. I have the poll inside the chat. We have some optimistic people inside the chat saying yes, there will be one. So again, we'll go on and check. We'll go on and see. We'll talk about throughout like the next 7 days, and then for the most part, really just our temperatures for the most part. So first off, what's currently going on right now throughout the entire state of South Carolina? Right now, nothing. Nice and dry. We are all rainless today. If we go in and scroll our way out, see what's going on throughout the entire United States of America, you can see right now snowfall going on up here in the northeast. We also do have some rainfall going on over here inside the northwest, from the northern Rockies over inside the Pacific Northwest, and even northern California getting in on some of that rainfall. Everybody else, I mean, look at how quiet it is. All the way from Nevada to Texas to a good amount of Florida. I think the Keys down there might be getting some rainfall. But over here in near like Maryland, Washington, D.C., up into Michigan, the Dakotas. I mean, just look at how dry we are for the most part. Yes, you see some areas over here, maybe some, I think that actually might be some sleet going on over there. Inside of Indiana, if it was to occur, it looks like right now that it's not really occurring right now. Just looks like, for the most part, that it might not be hitting the ground at all. So, could technically still be dry over there as well. Cloud cover looks nice right now. No cloud cover right now going on throughout the state for the most part. And hopefully that will continue. I was outside earlier and saw all the stars out there inside the sky. Not a single cloud at all. We go into our cloud cover for the future. And as we go on and push this forward, you can see cloud cover trying to move its way up into the upstate a little bit later tonight, but it will still stay mostly clear. We go into tomorrow morning, still nice and clear. Going into the 24-hour mark here, we do in fact have no cloud cover as we go into tomorrow night as well for our Tuesday evening. Continuing on over into Tuesday night, going into Wednesday morning, for the most part, cloud cover does seem to try to move its way through a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I mean most of the state being covered with clouds as we go into Wednesday morning. Then as you go all the way into Wednesday evening, cloud cover again remains inside of the state, and everybody will be covered with clouds. So clouds seem like they will be trying to stay out of our way until around Wednesday comes along. Now, in terms of our temperatures right now, currently, you have around 31 in Columbia, 28 in Orangeburg, and even around 30 in Somerville, 29 in Sumter, and even around 31 in Georgetown, 34 in Myrtle's Inlet, and 34 in Myrtle Beach, 29 in Conway, 30 Florence, 28 Bennettsville, and even around 28 in Spartanburg. 28 also in Greenville, 32 or 31 side of Clemson, 30 in Anderson, even around 30 over here near Aiken. Then move over here towards some of these coastal areas like Charleston, 34, Beaufort, around 35, and Hilton Head on 38. Low temperatures tonight, 25 in Greenville as well as 25 in Spartanburg, 24 in Rock Hill, and 25 in Lawrence, 20 Newberry, and 20 also inside of Columbia, 19 in Camden and Sumter, and even Orangeburg, 20 in Walterboro, 21 in Moncks Corner, 29 in Charleston, and 31 in Hilton Island, 22 in Georgetown, and 25 in Myrtle Beach, 19 in Dillon. High temperatures for tomorrow, 53 in Greenville, 52 in Spartanburg, 50 Rock Hill, and 49 in Cheraw and Dillon, 50 in Florence, 52 in Sumter, and 54 in Columbia, Orangeburg, and Barnwell, 54 in Walterboro, 53 also inside of Charleston, 55 Hilton Island, 52 in Georgetown, and 51 in Myrtle Beach. Now for your rainfall for tonight, no rainfall is expected. Again, no rainfall is expected as we go into tonight, going into tomorrow. No snowfall, anything like that. We are going to remain dry. The crazy score for tonight, if you have no idea what the crazy score is, the score that we see how crazy the weather is inside of the state of South Carolina. And right now, it is a bit higher than it was this morning. By only around like 2, if you remember what it was this morning. But we're at a 40. Why? I think that for the most part, sub 20 degree temperatures with active cold weather advisories, not enough to be calm or mild. Moderate, you have that persistent extreme cold requiring protection of pipes, plants, pets, people. Not really strong. There's not going to be really any wind or anything like that. Snow, storms, or anything like that. And obviously, not anything widespread like a huge blizzard or something like that either. But for the most part, we're just going to stay inside of that moderate category. Now we go into the SPC outlook. No thunderstorms are expected tonight. Same thing for tomorrow and for Wednesday as well. Thunderstorms are not expected as we go all the way into the next 3 days or so. Excessive rainfall is also not expected either. We go into day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5. We remain flash floodless. And then as you go into our short-term future, we're going to start off here at 9 o'clock p.m. tonight. We want to push this forward, and you can see for the most part, rainfall just continues to remain off of us until we get to around December the 17th, which is Wednesday, at around 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm starting to see some rainfall, some of that just stray showers start to maybe try to move its way up into those coastal regions, especially those low country coastal regions down over there near Colleton County, Beaufort County, and Jasper County, some of these other areas, maybe a bit in Charleston County as well, but that would be like early in the morning on Wednesday. You continue it forward, we get to around 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. here on Wednesday, and you start to see some more isolated shower activity now going into that Charleston coastal area now. And it just seems to stay at that coastal area. Grand Strand starting to get some of that rainfall around 3 to 4 p.m. And behind it, around 7 p.m., just some stray showers off the coastal areas, but nothing too bad. I'm not really looking at this and being like, okay, we're really going to have to watch for this. This just seems like a bit of a disturbance or a bit of a annoying type of rainfall. So what about the long term? We're going to start off here at the 54-hour mark where we just ended off at. We go in and push this forward right here. You can see all this rainfall that's going to come by right here on the 18th, Thursday here, 1 p.m. Look at all this rainfall that's moving into the state. Thursday definitely is going to be a chance for rainfall on Thursday. You go on all the way into Thursday night into Friday. Cold front passes us right here Friday night going into Saturday morning. And it looks like, for the most part, that we're going to be dry after that. We continue all the way to the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th. No rainfall really expected, no snowfall, anything like that. We go into the 26th, going into the 27th. We have another cold front trying to move its way through. Again, on the 27th, bringing in some more rainfall, maybe some snow to the mountain areas. But again, that's 300 hours out. Things will change there. Then after that, we get back to being dry again and just not really too active. Now, if we go on and look at the dew points as well, because I do want to show you these cold fronts. There goes our first cold front that just passed by. These are not temperatures. These are dew points right here. You go on and push this forward. There goes our first cold front right here around the 19th going into the 20th. And then look at this, another cold front right behind it again on the 21st going into the 22nd. So we have two cold fronts back to back, right next to each other. Again on the 19th on Friday, going all the way through to that Sunday time frame. So Friday to Sunday, two cold fronts can move through. Two cold fronts could try to move through. Then as you go continue on all the way into the 27th, going into the 28th, another cold front tries to move its way through, bringing us some more cooler temperatures, some more drier air. Speaking of cooler temperatures and drier air, we go on and look at the temperature anomalies. Look at how cool it's going to be as we go into like the middle part of the week, but then it will warm up significantly. We talked about that yesterday, and we said that it was going to warm up as the week progressed. You go all the way into the 19th, the 20th. There goes our first cold front right there, bringing us some cooler than average temperatures, but then it won't really last too long. But then another cold front will come through again, bringing us some more cooler than average temperatures. And for the most part, it looks like that we will continue to see just this warmer trend, even as we get into Christmas. Look at this. Look how warm it's going to be Christmas. Now, this doesn't mean we're going to have temperatures in the 70s or 80s or anything like that. It's only going to be really temperatures in the, 60s and 70s, I guess you should say. But 70s and 80s, kind of close, but not close enough to 70s and 80s. So could we have a 60 to 70 degree Christmas? It's definitely possible. That would definitely be a warm Christmas right there. Be a very warm Christmas. And so I think that should pretty much segue us into our portion of what we were talking about, freezing temperatures after Christmas as well. I see that right after, but that's way too far out. But that should segue us into our portion of talking about, will there be a white Christmas this year? Will there be a white Christmas this year? Is there going to be a white Christmas? And so I go on and I look at these temperatures. I see that we have freezing temperatures obviously tonight. We're going to have some freezing temperatures maybe again going into tomorrow. And, some spotty freezing temperatures here and there maybe as we continue all the way to Christmas, but nothing widespread. You go into the 23rd, seeing some more cooler, more freezing temperatures again. But then look at this, on Christmas, like we were just talking about, like Christmas Eve here, we're getting to the high 60s. Christmas Day, we're getting the low 70s. And then, obviously, even if it was to snow, and it was cool enough, you need that precipitation. Go on and push this forward. We have some precipitation. This is rainfall, not snowfall, though. We go all the way into the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th. No snowfall at all. We even go into the actual total snowfall. You can see as we move throughout this time frame, no snowfall right here is expected. And I think I can even go on to the WPC over into the snowfall for the next 1 to 3 days. Actually, they don't have that either. It's only in terms of precipitation, so I guess you actually can't see that. But for the next 1 to 3 days, in terms of winter storm impacts, nothing for us either. Now, let me see if I can go and get that on the screen. Here it is. For the next 1 to 3 days, in terms of overall winter storm impacts, South Carolina not included, pretty much the entire Southeast not included. So, that definitely puts the winners in the column of, do you think there was going to be a white Christmas? 22% says yes, 78% says no, and for the most part, I love the optimistic people, though. Optimistic people, you do love that, but unfortunately, 78% is correct when they say no. So let's go on and give them a round of applause because they did get the poll correct. So that's the winners right there. And speaking of the people inside of the chat answering the poll, let's go in and talk with them. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off, Mr. Chris says, good evening, everyone. Hope you all had a great day. I did. Thank you so much for asking. Ms. Tolliver says, good evening. Freezy day at my house. Absolutely ridiculous. My bird baths are frozen blocks of ice. And Berkeley Electric is winning again. I know they are definitely winning again, sending out those messages saying, oh, decrease your temperatures by 3 degrees again. I bet. My Nana says, hello, Jay. A nice, cold, sunny day. It was nice. It was a cold, sunny day. I had to put on my coat today. Had to get on the t-shirt, had to get on a long sleeve shirt, had to get a coat on, had to get hat, long pants, obviously all that stuff, sweatpants on, because usually would alternate between jeans and sweatpants, but I had to kind of stop that and put on sweatpants today because sweatpants, they more insulate the heat more than jeans do. Let's see, what else do we have? Mr. Chris says currently here in Moncks Corner is 27, wind chill of 23. Not loving this. Actually, right now, if I go in and check out my weather station as well, it says right now 26, feels like 26 still. So it is definitely cool. And also the map that we just looked at earlier, it was a bit more on the, well, it decreased a little bit now, but it's more on the more above side, and that's because obviously it doesn't, this is a forecast right here, what it was supposed to be, and what it currently, is looking like in terms of what the, goes on what the monitors are saying, it goes on what the, what was it supposed to be at that time frame, and then also just from what the maps say right now. And so obviously it's not actually on the ground getting that real data like weather stations are right here on the ground actually is. So I mean, for the most part, I mean, it's only like a 2-3 degrees off for some areas. Some areas it might be very, very close, but it's not actually on the ground getting those actual temperatures from what we're seeing. Let's see. My Aunt Lewis says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Mr. Oliver says, wind chill was brutal this morning. I felt so sorry for all those babies at the bus stop this morning. Correct. I mean, we've been talking about this since about Thursday. We've been talking about this since Thursday. Thursday we were saying, or at least I was saying, make sure that you have coats on. Make sure that you bring your plants inside the garage, or wherever where they will not be impacted by those wind chills. Or just go on and make sure that those pipes, if you're dripping the faucets as well, all of that stuff. And that should be the same thing again tonight, because tomorrow morning it's going to be just as cool, probably just without the wind though. My Aunt Lula says, I pray that everyone kept warm today. I did, for the most part. Mr. Anthony says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Mr. Chris says, I'm trying to stay warm. The wife and I only have a combination window unit with heat and air. Really not doing the job. Well, that is very, very unfortunate. Do apologize for that. But y'all just got to make sure that y'all are covered up for tonight again, and then we'll get some more relief. Like I said, as we get more into the week, we'll have some relief. It's definitely gonna be a lot better. My Aunt Lewis says today in Georgetown the high was 21. I think you mean the low was 21 for tonight, because the high for today was like in like the 40s, some 30s, but most I believe around 40s. But the low, I mean, it's only around 24 degrees right now. It's not even at the low yet. So I think you might mean the low for tonight was 21. Mr. Chris says, please remember to go and hit the like button and subscribe button. Also share with everyone that you know. It's free. And you get some vital information. He's absolutely correct. Right now, we have around, 17 people tune in and only 8 likes. There we go. So again, 17 people tune in, only 8 likes. If you're a part of that 9 that have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. It's free. You can change your mind at any time. Trero says, greetings everyone. It's too cold. Absolutely. Ms. Chris says, please remember to go in and check on the elderly and drip your pipes. Absolutely. As well, Ms. Tolliver says, I hope the temperature is above freezing after it rains. I do not like black ice. It caused a few wrecks over some bridges last week. The low country is not equipped to handle ice and snow. Absolutely as well. I do think, obviously, with if it does rain, or if it is a bit moist, like I said, that freezing fog that I was talking about a couple of, I think sometime last week, if it's moist and you have that freezing fog going on, it's going to be freezing and it's going to be moist. That creates black ice, especially on bridges. So you have to make sure that you're watching out for that. Maya Lou says, yeah, I did get the poll right. That's great to hear. And then Mr. Oliver says they're wind chill tonight or tomorrow morning. I mean, from what I've seen, Mr. Chris said earlier that he said that, let me see if I can find it. It's 27, wind chill of 23. I don't think the wind's not going to be bad. I think it's like a calm wind tonight. So the wind chill is not going to be as bad as it was last night or this morning. Not going to be the same. It's not going to be as bad. Not going to be as bad at all. But that's all I can see here in terms of our chat. So if you want to go in and leave something inside the chat, you still can. But let's go on before we go back. Talk about the 4 locations outside of South Carolina. You might be asking 4 locations, Joseph. What are you talking about? I'm talking about San Antonio, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as well as Duncan, Oklahoma. The reason why we talk about these areas is because we have people from these areas who tune in almost nightly, and they tune in even though their location is not the main one being talked about. So I think that that's some dedication right there, and that's why we go on and talk about their areas. So we start off always with San Antonio first. Low temperatures tonight at the 45, high temperatures tomorrow at 62, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 56. No precipitation tonight or tomorrow, but tomorrow night, chance of showers, and there's going to be some patchy fog as well. So you're going to have to watch out for that. In terms of anything for your future, it will continue to warm up, especially as you get into Friday through Sunday. Sunday, it's going to be 80 degrees or somewhere near there. So you are definitely warming back up. I know a lot of people here definitely wish they had 80 degrees right now. But severe weather, excessive rainfall, not in the question at all. Then for Raleigh, North Carolina, low temperatures tonight at 21, high temperatures tomorrow at 48, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 31. No precipitation is expected at this time. Next chance of rainfall will actually be on a Thursday, where there will be a chance of rain this Thursday night. Rain will be likely. And again, like I said, same thing for South Carolina and San Antonio. Those temperatures will increase. They will go in a bit maybe of a decrease, maybe as you get into around that Friday night time frame, where those lows will get back down into like the 20s again. But then it will kind of go back up again. So you will get a warm up as well. Then for Philadelphia, low temperatures tonight at 15, high temperatures tomorrow at 31, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 21. Scattered flurries tonight, no precipitation is expected afterwards. Warm up is coming for you as well, 90% chance of rain on Thursday night. So you're definitely going to have some rainfall there. And then finally for Duncan, Oklahoma, no severe weather or excessive rainfall for Philadelphia either. 35 for your low tonight. High temperatures tomorrow are 63. 38 for your low tomorrow night. No rainfall pretty much as you go throughout the next 7 days. You seem to stay dry. And those temperatures will stay pretty much at the temperature they are now until you get into around Saturday, high of 76. So it's going to get a lot warmer on Saturday. And that's all for those 4 areas in terms of your, their forecast. And so I don't know if I directly answered the question, but if I didn't, I forgot if I did or not. But if I didn't, yeah, there's like pretty much no chance really for any sort of white Christmas or anything like that. That's not going to be anything that we can really bank on. I think, oh yeah, because I answered and said, and I said people who said no were correct. But yeah, I mean, just a recap though, no, there's not really going to be a chance at all for any sort of white Christmas. And so we're just going to have to hope for, either next year or the year after or however long it takes. We're just going to have to continue to wait. But that's all that I have, though. So hopefully everyone has a fantastic rest of their Monday. Mr. Chris says, everyone, please have a great night. Stay safe, warm, and hydrated. It's going to be very cold. Absolutely. Make sure that you are staying warm tonight and tomorrow morning. Top fan of the night tonight, Mr. Chris, at number 1. Very, very close. Between Miss Tolliver and my Aunt Lula, but I believe Miss Tolliver got second, and then my Aunt Lula got number 3. Congratulations to the 3 of y'all for being the top fans of the night. I do see Miss Tolliver's chat. She did say she sent in pictures. She said, "Hey, Justin, Micah sent these pictures while studying for finals at the library. The second one was taken outside. Hope to tune in tonight." And so here it is right here. Let me go in and show that actually right now. Let me go in and do this. There we go. So this is the first one that she sent. Very, very nice pictures here. Again, from Ithaca, New York. And then here's the second one right here. Very, very nice pictures here. So if you want to go in and send in pictures, you can by sending them to scweather360@gmail.com. Again, scweather360 at gmail.com. Again, thank you so much for these pictures. And that's all here as well. So everyone have a fantastic rest of your Monday. Like I said, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you have not already. If you're new, also hit the like button if you have not already either. Share with all the people that you know. 635, trying to get to 700. We are 65 subscribers away from that main goal of 700 subscribers. And we are only 15 away from that halfway marker of 650. So we're getting close. We just got to continue to push and get closer. I will be back tomorrow morning and tomorrow night, 9 o'clock p.m. And make sure hit those two buttons if you're new.